Hey guys, Commander Cook here, and today I'm going to be reviewing these new 6-inch Skibidi Toilet action figures. So just to preface like I did on my last Skibidi Toilet video, why am I buying these? Well, for me personally, I just kind of feel like Skibidi Toilet is one of those things that it's so stupid that it's funny. Before I do get into the review though, I did want to mention that I had only ever watched clips of Skibidi Toilet until recently, and I think it's actually way different than what people would think. There's actually a story with lore that's pretty interesting. And I know I said it's stupid, but really the only stupid thing about it is that there's a head inside a toilet. But again, it does have a story with lore, and you might consider checking it out. We're going to take a look at the packaging first, but I will just mention that these figures are exclusive to Target, to my knowledge, and they're pretty easy to hunt down. I was looking for all of them, and I found the 3 other figs besides this Plunger Man, and I didn't find the Plunger Man the first time I looked, but I literally went to the exact same Target a few days later and there was 2 of him, so they must just have a bunch of stock of all these figures. So checking out the packaging, I think it looks pretty solid. There's some cool art on the front and the side. There's kind of a lot to it, but I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing. On the back it shows the 4 characters that you can get in the wave. That is made by Bonkers Toy Co. And I'll let you check out every side. So there's the left side, there's the front, the other side. Hope I'm getting that all in view. The bottom is just completely blank. There's the top side and the back. It is kind of interesting that they call it a deluxe figure, but I'm guessing the ones from the mystery boxes are kind of like your standard release. So here are the 4 figures out of the packaging, and honestly they're really cool figures. For a no-name company like Bonkers Toy Co., at least I didn't know of them until now, they're really good figures, I would say. I'm going to go over some of the details on each of these figures. This guy right here is the cameraman. He's basically a grunt, so you would see a lot of him in the series. Unfortunately, he doesn't come with any accessories, but the thing is, this guy is 20 bucks, and Black Series figures are $25, and usually they don't come with a ton of accessories, so in a way I can kind of understand that. It would have been cool though to see him come with like at least a thumbs up hand. You see them doing that a lot in the series, but at the very least he does have these hands, which are kind of cool. You can get some cool poses out of it and stuff like that, so overall not bad. Here is the Plunger Man, literally the exact same figure as the last one, just with different paint and 2 plungers. Now in the show I do believe he's actually like a character and not just a grunt. You can kind of see that because he's only on the screen like one of him at a time, and he kind of pops in like a main character, but I do think it's interesting that they didn't give him the back piece like they do on this guy right here, so it makes me think that he is kind of a grunt, but I'm not totally sure on that. Here is the TV woman. Again, no accessories unfortunately, but at least she does have relaxed hands since she's not going to be gripping anything, so that is a nice feature. Unfortunately, when I did take her out of the packaging, the leg just came off really easily, like it was actually off, but thankfully it does still stand, and I'm just going to have it standing there, so it's not really a big deal to me. And I also will mention that in the show she seems to be a main character as well. Here we have the Speaker Man, and this guy right here is actually a really cool character. He's kind of like a John Wick special ops kind of guy. Unfortunately, he doesn't come with his jetpack that he has in the series, but he does come with his knives, so that is cool that he at least got those. Something I was curious about with these guys is you can see some of them have very similar parts, especially the cameraman. So I was curious, especially on the cameraman, if you could swap out the 2 camera heads. And so I'm going to try that real quick, and that just kind of gives it some more variety if you can. So this is actually really cool. I actually bought 2 of the grunts, so that's why you're seeing 3 cameramen here. But it was like really easy to swap out the heads and hands as well. I just used a blow dryer, heated it up for a little bit, and on the head, the ball is actually connected to the head, so that just pops right out. You switch it over to the other neck, and now you have 3 variants. So now I'm going to go over the articulation, starting with the TV woman. She is a unique sculpt, and the head goes back and forth just a little bit, none side to side, rotates all the way around. Then we have an ab crunch, goes pretty far back, pretty good forward, has some side to side. There's no swivel down here, but of course the side to side right there. Then the arm goes up all the way. There's a swivel at the bicep. It's a double jointed with no pins at the elbow, so you get tons. Then the wrist is a up and down. On the legs there's really no forward, back, or side, but at the knees we do have double jointed again, so it goes all the way back. Then at the ankle, side to side, and up and down. So for the cameraman and plunger man, they're the exact same sculpt, so I'm just going to go over the cameraman. He does have a double jointed neck, looks like, so pretty far forward, pretty good back, side to side, all the way around. And he has an ab crunch that goes pretty far forward and pretty decent amount back. Then we have halfway up, bicep swivel, double jointed elbow, not as much as the TV woman. And then at the wrists they are up and down just like the TV woman on both sides. And I do think I forgot to mention this on the TV woman, but there is a swivel at the thigh, goes that far up, not really any back, and pretty good amount side. Then again, the double jointed, you do kind of have to like do it the first time to get it to move. Then some back and forward, and then side to side. On the speaker man, he does have some of the same parts as the cameraman, but there are some different parts. So the ab area is different, and that goes about that far forward, that far back, and there actually is a swivel right at the waist. Then I believe the legs and the arms are the same, and looks like the up and down is the same on that as well. The shoulder area may be a little bit of a different sculpt, I can't quite tell, but they are very similar. And then the head, double ball jointed, up and down, side to side, barely, and then all the way around. So overall, these figures are actually really cool, I'm not gonna lie, and it's gonna be cool to kind of test out their articulation and get them into some cool poses. I did check out Bonkers Toy Co, and it seems like these are their first like action figures. So the fact that they're this good, I'm pretty impressed by that. There's definitely some easy ones they can make, like the Speakerman Grunt, which is basically just the Speakerman but in gray. And also it'd be cool to see them make like some of these Skibidi toilets in sort of this action figure form, because basically these guys right here are the good guys and the Skibidi toilets are the bad guys. So it'd be cool to have some opponents for these guys to fight. If you did enjoy this review though, it would definitely help out a lot if you hit the like button, because this is different from my usual content of making custom clone troopers. So sometimes when you switch up the content like that, your videos don't do as well. So that would definitely help out a lot, as well as subscribing if you haven't already. Thank you for watching, and I will see y'all in the next one.